Princess Leonor de Borbón Ortiz wedding date finally revealed. A princess. A future queen. A love story hidden behind palace walls. Spain thought it knew everything. Until now. The royal secret is out. And it changes everything. Spain wakes to a sunrise unlike any other. Not because of politics. Not because of scandal. But because its future queen, Princess Leonor de Borbón Ortiz, has finally spoken. The whispers that have filled the corridors of Zarzuela Palace for years have crystallized into one undeniable truth. The wedding date is set. The announcement didn't come from a press release. It wasn't leaked through a tabloid or a close palace source. It came, shockingly, from Leonor herself, calm, radiant, poised, as she stood beside her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, in the Grand Hall of the Royal Palace of Madrid. Her voice trembled only slightly as she said it. Spain, I am ready. And with that, she revealed the date that would mark not just a union of two hearts, but a turning point in royal history. Leonor wasn't born for ordinary love. Every heartbeat of hers has been under the weight of a crown, under the gaze of millions. Since her birth in 2005, Spain has called her, La Esperanza, the hope. She was the girl who would one day rule a kingdom built on centuries of tradition and duty. But beneath the royal protocols, the ceremonies, the endless lessons in diplomacy, there was a young woman quietly learning what it means to love. Rumors about her relationship began softly, almost innocently. A discreet meeting here, a stolen photograph there. And soon, whispers of a mysterious young man started to swirl. The name that eventually surfaced sent shockwaves through Europe's royal circles. Prince Christian of Denmark. Two heirs to two thrones, Spain and Denmark, brought together by destiny, or perhaps by something far more human, affection, laughter, shared youth. They had met years before, during a royal event in Oslo. Two teenagers, standing awkwardly beside their parents, exchanging polite smiles. But what began as friendship soon grew into something that neither palace could ignore. When Leonor began her military training at the General Military Academy of Zaragoza, she carried with her a silver bracelet, discreet, elegant, a quiet gift from Christian. At first, the Spanish press dismissed it as speculation. Until, one afternoon, Queen Letizia herself was seen smiling knowingly as Leonor waved to the crowd, her bracelet glinting under the sunlight. The love story that had been whispered about in private now unfolded before an entire continent. The Spanish monarchy is not one to move impulsively. Every decision, especially a royal marriage, is weighed, debated, and questioned. Queen Letizia, once a journalist herself, understood the stakes. She adored her daughter but also knew the media storm that would follow. She feared Leonor's youth, her idealism. She feared that love, no matter how sincere, might be crushed beneath the expectations of duty. King Felipe, on the other hand, saw something different. He saw his own reflection, his own defiance years ago when he fought for Letizia's hand, a commoner, a woman of the people. So when Leonor confessed her heart's truth, Felipe smiled faintly and said, "Then you must follow it." But even the king's blessing couldn't silence the debate across Europe. Royal analysts questioned everything. Would this marriage unite two thrones? Would it disrupt centuries of delicate diplomacy? And most importantly, was Leonor ready? The palace's communications office confirmed the press conference just 1 week in advance. The statement was simple. Her Royal Highness the Princess of Asturias will address the nation. The anticipation was electric. Every network in Spain, Denmark, and the United Kingdom prepared live coverage. Crowds gathered outside the Royal Palace of Madrid, waving red and gold flags, some weeping before a word was even spoken. Then came Leonor. Dressed in white, her expression serene yet powerful. Behind her stood her parents, symbols of both monarchy and modernity. She spoke softly, yet her words echoed through generations. I have been blessed with the love and guidance of my family. And I am equally blessed to have found someone who understands both the crown and the heart. The audience leaned forward. Every journalist held their breath. Then, with a deep inhale, she continued. The date of our union will be June 14, 2026. Gasps, cheers, tears. Spain erupted. The royal wedding that had been rumored for years was finally real. Within hours, every headline screamed her name. Princess Leonor engaged. Spain's future queen to wed Danish heir. Europe's next power couple. Social media melted with emotion, half joy, half disbelief. In Denmark, the royal palace released a statement praising Leonor's grace and strength. In Spain, cathedrals rang their bells in celebration. But not everyone was ready to rejoice. Royal traditionalists warned of the risks. They questioned whether the marriage would merge two monarchies or create tension. Would Spain's next queen reside in Copenhagen? Would the royal bloodlines be redefined? Yet for Leonor and Christian, those questions mattered less than one thing: their shared future. Weeks after the announcement, both families met privately in Majorca. Cameras were banned. No journalists, no photographers. Inside, Queen Letizia and Crown Princess Mary of Denmark reportedly shared an emotional conversation, two mothers watching their children prepare for royal destiny. Mary, once an Australian commoner, told Letizia, "She'll be fine, she has your fire." But Letizia's eyes lingered on Leonor's smile, so radiant, yet so fragile. She remembered her daughter's first steps, her first speech, the day she first saluted the flag. Now, that little girl was stepping into a future queen's role, as a wife. Though details remain guarded, insiders have revealed tantalizing hints. The ceremony will reportedly take place at Madrid's Almudena Cathedral, the same site of King Felipe and Queen Letizia's wedding in 2004. The dress, designed by a Spanish couturier known for blending heritage and modernity. The guest list, royalty from across Europe, the Windsors, the Norwegians, the Dutch, the Danes. A true gathering of crowns. But the most touching detail of all, Leonor has requested that part of the ceremony be conducted in both Spanish and Danish, a symbol of unity and love that transcends borders. This isn't just a royal event. It's the rebirth of a monarchy once scarred by scandal and doubt. It's a new era defined not by power, but by humanity. For generations, royal marriages were about politics. This moment, is about choice. Princess Leonor de Borbón Ortiz, the future Queen of Spain, is not choosing a throne. She's choosing love. And as Spain prepares for the wedding of the century, one thing is clear. The crown may weigh heavy, but her heart is stronger. In a world hungry for fairy tales, Princess Leonor didn't just promise one. She became one. And as the date draws near, the world will watch not just a wedding, but history being written, one heartbeat at a time.